Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata 178. As you may remember, in the forest, Hanuman told Bhima who he was. The moment these words left his lips, they were clasped in each other's arms. Tears ran down the faces of both. Again and again Bhima said, "My brother," and fresh tears would spring to his eyes. They spent a long time talking thus. Bhima was thrilled beyond words at the thought that he had met his brother. It was a rare piece of good fortune that had come his way. Hanuman said, "I want to grant you a boon as a mark of appreciation for your strength and in memory of these wonderful moments." Bhima could not ask him for anything. He said, "When I know that you are with us, there's no doubt that we'll be able to kill the Kauravas." Hanuman said, "I will sit on the flagstaff of Arjuna's chariot when the war begins. With my shouts of encouragement, I will put new life into your army and frighten the enemies. I will always be with you. But now you can proceed on your way. The path is difficult and dangerous. You must be very careful." The brothers embraced each other once again and parted. With his mind full of this meeting with his brother, Bhima proceeded northwards, still following the trail of the perfume. It was stronger now. He followed the smell with excitement. Suddenly he came upon a river. The surface of the river was covered with thousands of the flowers which Draupadi had wanted. The air was laden with the maddening perfume of the flowers. It was the garden of Kubera. Rakshasas were guarding it. Bhima walked into the garden. The Rakshasas saw him. They approached him and said, "Who are you that dares to enter this garden? This belongs to Kubera, and no one is allowed to enter the garden." Bhima was impatient. He said, "I'm Bhima, the Pandava. My wife, Draupadi, found one of these beautiful flowers, and she wanted some more of them, so I've come to pluck them for her." The Rakshasas would not let him do so. They said, "These flowers belong to the king. No one is allowed to touch them. If you want them, you can go to our king and ask for permission." Bhima said, "No. Why should I ask for permission from your king? Why should I beg? I'm a Kshatriya. I can ask for favors of others? No. These flowers are on the face of the river. The river does not belong to anyone, and neither do the flowers that grow on the surface of the river. Of course I will pluck the Sogandika flowers for my Draupadi. No one can stop me." He walked toward the banks of the river. The Rakshasas attacked him. Bhima was furious. He killed most of them with his hands and his mace. He plucked as many flowers as he could, and no one could stop him. Kubera was told about the human being who was entering the river like a wild elephant. Kubera laughed and said, "That must be Bhima. Let him pluck the Sogandika flowers. Don't fight with him. He's a friend." They came back to the riverbank and gave Bhima the message of the king. He was pleased with the affection of Kubera. In the meantime, Yudhishthira and Draupadi were getting worried about the prolonged absence of Bhima. They set out with Gatotkacha and went in the direction which Bhima had taken. Gatotkacha traveled fast, and soon they reached the garden of Kubera. There, they saw the many Rakshasas who had been killed by Bhima. They saw him too, sitting on the riverbank, his arm full of flowers. Yudhishthira hurried to him and embraced him with affection. Kubera came there and received them with great honor. He requested them to spend some days with him. They did. Yudhishthira now wanted to go further north. He was discussing with Bhima. A voice from the heavens spoke, "You are not to go further than this. You must return to Badari. You will find Arjuna on the earth very soon." According to the command of the voice from above, they retraced their steps to Badari. They lived there happily, but very impatiently. They were counting the days that had to pass before they could meet Arjuna. Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.